Fear on the High Seas. A serialized gay romance taking place on the Caribbean cruise liner, the Majestic Coral. Sail with me as I bring everyone on a Caribbean adventure with romance, humor, and possible destruction. Penned by Ryland Mason, narrated by me, Brian Shepard.
Chapter 9. Justin. All Justin could do was pace around the room, back and forth, while Chance typed away like a madman, trying to get into the system that Divine locked out. The man was a genius from what Chance said, yet I really don't care about all that. I hate the guy, he thought as he continued to pace the room. You feel that? Chance asked, turning back to look at Justin, who stopped to look at him. Feel what? He asked, looking around. I feel like I'm leaning. This jerk did a number on the system. He controls everything remotely. I can't get in to do anything. Sorry, Justin, but I think our time is up. I'm not sure what else to do. Eric has been gone for almost 2 hours. We don't even know if he's coming back, he said, now getting up from the desk. Don't say that. He's coming back. I just can't leave him on the ship. Besides, we still have to figure out how to get off this thing. All the lifeboats are gone. That, and we have no idea where we are. We could be in the middle of the ocean. The heck with this. Come on, I have an idea, Justin said as he grabbed Chance and started to leave the control room. Why stick around when you can at least try and help? Where are we going? Chance asked as he was trying to keep up with Justin, who seemed to be on the move, as in, he meant business. To the bridge. There has to be a way to stop this thing, or at least attempt to. I know I'm no expert there, but there has to be a key to turn this big girl off, he said as they made their way to the top deck, past the pool and the lounge chairs that were obviously empty, along with the tiki bar, which for some reason... No. Did I just see someone? Justin thought, as he could have sworn he saw someone behind the tiki bar duck down. Crap. So not to alarm Chance, Justin lightly nudged Chance in the opposite direction, which caused Chance to become confused. There's someone behind the tiki bar, he whispered. Wait, it must be someone else. Why would Divine hide from us? It's the other way around, and here we are in the wide open, he said as he stood slightly behind Justin, who was walking over towards the bar. They stopped when Cassie jumped up and noticed them coming. Don't hurt me. You're passengers, right? She said as she came out from behind the bar. She seemed to have a bad cut on her leg and arm. Justin could see the blood seeping through the towel she had wrapped over it. The leg more than anything. Yes, my friend Chance and I were on the way to the bridge. Eric, Captain Moore, went below deck to close the watertight doors. That was over 2 hours ago. I have to find a way to stop the ship, he said, looking at her while trying to figure out why she was smiling. Well, with eyes as blue as the ocean, as he once put it, I'm guessing you're Justin, she said, as she started to lean on the bar. Yep, that's me. Okay, well, you're welcome to come along. I don't feel like leaving anyone with that nut job on the loose, he said, as he took a hold of her arm and helped her toward the stairs leading to the bridge. You don't have to tell me. I was walking out of the laundry room when the bomb went off. In a way, I'm glad it went out and not in, otherwise I would be dead. Knocked me down, though. Lost my footing on a metal trash can, hence the nice gash on my leg. What about the other explosion? What was that? She asked as she reached the door to the bridge. Which one? He blew out the shops and the hair salon. He wants the ship and Eric gone. I don't know why, but there it is. Justin stopped dead. Chance, there are bodies on the floor. He gasped as he looked around on the floor. He talked with some of these people when he toured the bridge. This is terrible. Sorry, I already knew, as this was one of our first stops when I came back with him looking for you, he said with a sad look. Just don't think about it right now. Let's focus on stopping the ship. They all jumped and turned around as the alarm for the watertight door panel went off, as it seemed door 2 turned green, which meant it was open, as door 1 was red, meaning closed. Then, within a minute or two, the alarm stopped, and the light turned red. Half the deck was now closed. He must be down there. He's alive. That's got to be Eric. All right. Now, to stop this thing, Justin said as he started to look around at the controls. His eyes landed on the gauge looking like this thing. It said stop slow, half full, which it was on full. Oh, okay. It's like a stick shift. Let's see what happens when I change it to stop. Thinking to himself as he took hold of both handles and turned it from the front to middle to stop. This will only work if someone is in the engine room, Cassie said, looking at Justin. What do you mean? Chance asked, with a worried look on his face. This is an EOT, she began to say. Yet, with the look on Justin's face, it meant he was trying to figure it out. Okay, I've lost you. EOT, or Engine Order Telegraph. They also call it a Chadburn. You select the desired speed, and the engine room would move theirs to match, and you would know, as it would make a noise indicating the change. I don't think anyone is down there. Considering what he did with the bridge crew, I'm not sure anyone will respond, she said with a worried sigh. That was until the Chadburn moved to match the requested speed, which was full stop. Someone must be in the engine room then. With all three looking at the same thing, Justin could tell the ship didn't sound like it was running as hard. The vibrations had started to slow, yet the ship was still moving. It would be very dangerous to try and attempt to get off the ship while moving, and they still needed to figure out what the next part of the plan was. Justin, I understand your hesitation to leave the ship without Eric, but it really is time to get off. There is an emergency raft in a large white capsule-looking thing. We need to get to the bow, as it seems we are close enough to the water for an easy exit. I hope, Cassie said, which did not make things better for Justin. Something is telling him to stay on the ship, and Eric would be okay, and they would get off together. Cassie was right, though. It was better to be safe and alive. He was sure he would see Eric again. You're right. Chance, it's time for us to go. I hope whoever is down there in the engine room can get out and not run into Divine. I just hope he's okay. Justin. But, nope. No worries, my friend. I have a feeling you'll be seeing Eric again. Now, I believe our stop is coming up. Let's go, he said as they made their way out of the bridge and down the stairs and headed for the bow. It had been well after midnight since all of this began, and of course with limited power being used for emergency lights and the waves rocking the boat, along with the listing to one side. And now, on top of all of that, add in the fact that he was now having to get into a boat. Out into the pitch black sea. Good Lord, this is nuts. Cassie, being a bit slower due to the leg injury, they all finally made it to the life raft. Cassie, taking the capsule, opening, then threw it overboard, and as she did, she pulled the pin, releasing the air into the raft as it hit the water. There also was a rope ladder to connect to the deck and allow people to climb down and into the lifeboat or raft. After Justin helped secure the ladder to the deck railing, it was time to go. The raft was not that far down, thanks to the listening. "Time to go," Chance said, as he went first to help Cassie next. Justin would be last. Slowly, as they made their way down the ladder and onto the raft, because it was attached to the ladder and it being only filled with air, it just skidded along. Both made it down safely. As Justin went to turn and kneel down by grabbing the rail, Eric came running up the deck. I'm going to stop right there before I go any further. Welcome to Chapter 9. I'm sorry for the little mistakes, but you know what? They're minor, so I'm going to keep going because I have already read this, people, probably 20 times. So this is it. Mistakes and all, bloopers, you get it all tonight. Thanks for listening so far. This has been a journey and a half. I can't believe that I only have one chapter left. Before we move on to the next series, Jack Jameson, who is my archaeologist and avid adventurer, I think you're really going to like this series. I'm not done with Fear on the High Seas. We have another book coming out after, so I'm going to bounce back and forth. That's what I'm doing. Anyways, it's time for a quick little chit-chat before I keep going with this chapter. Somebody asked if there's any other type of inspiration that I'm using besides family or friends, like, ideas and suggestions for the book and stuff and whatever. And I said, well, yeah, absolutely. I watch YouTube. I watch movies about restorations and stuff like that. So I happened to come across the Aurora Restoration Project. And you follow this guy who bought a cruise ship that's docked currently, and he's restoring it. And it's the most fantastic thing ever that I've seen, and I love it. And then I found another one, and I believe they're in England. I'm not entirely sure. Of a couple and their kids. They bought a World War II boat and they're restoring it. And it's just pretty cool. And then what happened is the two actually met up. So that channel is called Ship Happens. And you guys are doing a fantastic job. I love the videos. I doubt very much that they'll watch this or listen to it, but if it happens you do, I love both of these channels. So the first one is the Aurora Restoration Project, which is the cruise ship, and you can watch Ship Happens. You can watch the couple restore their World War II boat. It's very interesting. All right, a shout out to my family and friends that are listening to the book and supporting me. Thank you very much. I'm going to keep going now. And, one more chapter to go, and that's it. All right, here we go. Eric? Oh my God, Eric, we launched the raft. Let's go, he said as he held out his hand to Eric, which hands never touched, as someone was yelling. Captain, stop, Divine yelled, firing a shot in the air. I will kill him if you take one more step, I swear. Justin, be a darling and get off the ship while you can. Move away from the move away from the ladder, Captain. Sorry about that. Slowly. Bye, Justin. Wait, why are you doing this? Why are you so dead set on killing this man and sinking the ship? He asked with just locking eyes with Divine. Give me the answer once and for all. No, Justin, get off the ship now. Trust me. Oh, fine. What's wrong with a little